Hello, Dijon here. In the TV and film portion of episode 135 of the Mustardcast, we go over the live action shows and movies we've been watching, discuss why a Kylo Ren solo movie was cancelled by Disney, react to the Scream 7 trailer, and review Friday the 13th Part 4, The Substance, and Night of the Living Dead. Please enjoy. So, moving on to TV and film. Like I said last episode, Christian unfortunately broke his arm, so he'll be out for a while. So, TV and film section will be me, Aiara and Bree, sometimes just one of the two, or a guest, as Christian recovers. So bear with us in this trying times. I've been checking in with him. He's doing good. His arm's healing.
That's good.
He's doing better. But yeah, moving on to TV and film. This is the Halloween episode. We're recording this October 30th, so the day before Halloween. And this will be going up November 3rd. The Monday after. So this is our Halloween episode. And I've been watching horror movies all month, but I specifically watched 3 more this week for this episode. Have you guys watched any horror movies over the month?
I have not had time.
Fair.
I've watched like 1 or 2.
That's fair. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to kick things off. So I'll go into more detail with these later, but I watched this week specifically The Substance, Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, which is a crazy name, and Night of the Living Dead, but I'll talk about those later. What have you guys been watching?
Horror movie wise, I watched Saint Maud. I really, really like that movie a lot. It tickled my brain a lot. I really, really like that movie. The premise is like this lady is this like super religious, like she had a come to Jesus moment, and she's now caring for this like ailing, dying woman, and also trying to force her religion onto her, while also actively going through religious psychosis. It's really interesting. I can't recommend it enough. Saint Maud, I watched. What else? There was one more like horror movie. Oh, The Woman in Black. I watched that also, and that was really interesting. Although I didn't enjoy it as much as Saint Maud. It's very well made. It's a good looking movie, but the plot left a lot to be desired. And then outside of horror, my girlfriend has been torturing me with the Fast and Furious movies. So far, we've watched Tokyo Drift
Sounds
and
scary
Furious
to me.
7.
No, I'm joking.
I was gonna say scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. Tokyo Drift was bad, but I have come to appreciate it more after watching Furious 7, which is, I think, and I can say this with like at least 80% confidence, is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my goodness.
And I've seen a lot of bad movies. I love like B movies and like 2B movies and stuff like that, but I truly do believe that Furious 7 is one of the worst movies I've ever watched.
Look, man.
What don't you like about
Fast 5
What?
is lit, though. I love Fast 5.
It's like my only issue with it is that it makes no sense. Like the plot line is so incoherent, and I know that's not what you're in those movies for. I know that it's about the action and the racing, but like we didn't even get that. It was an espionage film.
Those movies used to be
There
about
were 3 races total.
They used to be about street racing and stealing DVD players. Now they're about espionage and world-ending threats.
Family.
family?
And I think the thing that really like turned me off of the movie was like I was kind of like, shit talking it the whole time, and I was like, you know what? Why is it called Furious 7? And my girlfriend was like, oh, because it's not all about being fast, and I was like, and then not even
crazy.
10 minutes later, Dom Toretto was like, it's not all about being fast this time, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way this movie is serious right now.
You gotta just enjoy those movies for what they are. They're goofy as hell.
I know. It's very silly. Tokyo Drift is actually not, like, the more I think about it and the more I compare it to Furious 7, Tokyo Drift was not that bad.
Look,
it was
man,
silly.
That song is lit. Okay, Tokyo Drift.
It is lit.
It's such a good song.
So as for films, what I've been watching is I watched the Superman movie recently because I had started watching the 2nd season of Peacemaker. And the first episode, they were making callbacks to the movies. I was like, oh, frick. Am I supposed to, like, watch the movies? Like, get these references?
You would have got so spoiled. You would have got so
So I was like, let
spoiled.
me stop on the first episode and just watch the movie. And I'm glad I did because things make a lot more
I'm
sense
looking glad
now.
that show does that to people. It's forcing people to watch Superman.
Yeah, because they was like, oh yeah, the Luther incident. I was like, the Luther incident?
You were
What
about
are
to
you
get
talking
that
about?
whole movie spoiled for you in like a
Yeah,
1 minute recap that was retconning the first season, the end of the first season.
yeah. Because I was like, how are they like making this connection? And then I see Peacemaker in the movie. I was like, oh, okay, I see. But yeah, I watched that. I thoroughly liked that. I had my gripes about it, but like, I'm pretty sure they did it on purpose. Like, this Luther seemed very like, I don't know exactly how to describe his personality, but it was like very much like Nepo baby. Uh, oh, I'm cool, you're not. Oh, I'm like the hot shot around here guy. Like, they did a very good job portraying that because it pissed me off so much. Also, there was like a bunch of like pointless action in it. Like the I forget her name, but she had like the nano machines or whatever.
Mhm.
But there was a part where like more they were like in the in Batman. Whoa,
They were in
Superman's
Batman's
where?
Fortress of Solitude.
But they were in the Fortress
The
of
super
Solitude, and the
cave.
robots came to like attack her, and then she like did this weird like flip where she flipped on her hand and then like switched upwards with the nanomachines. I was like, why did you just do that? Just turn around.
Or farming, baby. You got to do it.
I don't know. That didn't seem very aura farming to me. It reminded me of a video I saw on Instagram about like the pointless backflips that Spider-Man do. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's absolutely hilarious. But so I watched that, and then the Peacemaker. I forget what episode I left off on. I think episode 4.
Okay. If you're
And
probably,
then
I assume you'll probably be done by next episode in like 2 weeks because good. We can have a whole spoiler discussion about Peacemaker season 2 once you finish it. Because I've been waiting for you to finish
yeah,
Peacemaker ever since I found out you were watching it. Because like good, we
I'm
can have a.
sorry. I'll pick up the pace.
No, you don't
Matter
got to
of
pick up
fact,
the
I'll
pace. I'm
watch it
sure
tonight.
you'll finish it because that's 2 weeks from now. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, but like we've been like low key binging it. But then I started watching Splinter Cell a few days ago.
Yes.
The
Oh my
Netflix
God. See, look, now I
animated.
got to get you back in the animation section so you can talk about that too.
Like I'm lost with it, and like I have my gripes about the animation. Like I don't know, they don't close their mouths when they talk. They just got their lips sticking out, and like they don't make any like lip movements. It's just yeah 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 like up and down. But other than that, I think it's getting pretty good. I forget what episode we left off on, but it's getting pretty good.
Those first 2 episodes are so damn good. Like just those
The
first
thing
2 episodes
is,
alone are
right?
insanely good.
They are because like they make you think someone's about to be a main character. The way that they portray like the fight scenes, like they kept showing certain shots of like people's eyes and whatnot. Like, oh, this person's gonna get injured. They're gonna come back later, and that doesn't happen. I'm like, what? Or this person died, or this person lives. I'm like, what? What's going on here? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's really good.
Yeah, I really like that
And
show.
then let me see, what else did I watch? Oh, I feel like I'm blanking out here. Blanking out. TV. I started watching Hunting Wives with Angel. We are on episode 4 or 5, and then she put me on to another show where it kind of has like the same premise but different in a way.
Hmm.
They're like this one's set in like an older time rather than recent time, and that isn't in Texas. But it also involves like someone being murdered, so it's like a murder thriller kind of thing.
Mm.
I think it's called Love and Death. That's what it's called. Yeah. So I've been watching those two, and then last night I started watching ah, it's like a mafia. It's called the not mafia. They're like Irish, I think, or they're in Britain. Oh, Peaky
Oh, Peaky
Blinders. That's what it
Blinders.
is.
Yeah,
I started watching
Oh.
that. Yeah, I started watching Peaky Blinders like last night
yeah.
because I wanted to put something on.
Killian Murphy.
So yeah, I got a pretty good lineup going on. I've been watching a lot more like TVS stuff rather than like cartoons and animations, but I'm trying to balance it so I can have more to talk about.
Yeah, I already said what I was watching. So moving on to a single trailer, not even trailers, a single bit of news that I have. I don't even think I sent any trailers. Actually, I'm about to send a new one right now because I was watching it when Bree joined the call, and I was like, and I had muted myself. I was like, hold on, let me watch this trailer. We aren't gonna watch it now. We'll talk about it next episode. Actually, I take that back. Watch it.
Okay.
Because I'm realizing that it's a very topical trailer because it's a trailer for Scream 7. And this is the Halloween episode.
Well,
It is a bit of a long trailer, but still watch it. Because I was watching, I was like, damn, this trailer long as hell.
2 minutes long.
But yeah, we got a trailer for Scream 7, like just before we started recording this podcast. It's releasing February 27th, next year in 2026. And the trailer looks good. I love Scream. I don't know if I've talked to Aiara about this because I've reviewed Scream 6. And before Scream 6, I did a movie marathon of watching all of the first 5 beforehand with some friends. So Aiara knows how much I love Scream. I love Scream. Slashers are my favorite type of horror movies, and Scream does it like no other. Easily the best slashers. And they're very consistently good. There is no such thing as a bad Scream movie. Scream 6 became my second favorite very quickly. It is really good. Radio Silence, the duo of directors, they just directed Scream 5 as well, and with Scream 6 they took it in a new direction, while still keeping with the formula and not completely changing it, but like doing a bunch of new stuff that just made it really fun, and it was really, really good. Ghostface is kind of a very goofy killer. He stumbles a lot. He's very what do you call it? What do you call a person that stumbles a lot? What's that called? Clumsy. And because of that, Ghostface is very comedic. Because it's always it's not like a trained killer. It's a regular person. And in Scream 6, they made Ghostface a lot scarier. And unlike most slashers where you know who the villain is, in Scream you don't know who the killer is, so it's also a murder mystery. It's really fun. Definitely check out the Scream movies. They're really good. But not this one. Do not watch Scream 7.
Oh.
We're boycotting this movie because Spyglass, the people who own the rights to Scream and produced all the movies, they fired the actress who plays a character named Samantha Carpenter, who's in Scream 5 and 6, played by Melissa Barrera. She was fired because she made an Instagram story post in support of Palestine and wanting a ceasefire years and years ago, around the time that Scream 6 came out. So she was, or after Scream 6 came out and they were talking about Scream 7, and she was fired. And then Jenna Ortega, who's also in Scream 5 and 6, left the production out of solidarity. And things just fell apart from there. And I'm not watching this movie, despite the fact that it's one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. And I don't feel comfortable watching this movie. Everybody, picks and chooses where they decide to boycott. This is one of mine. I can't watch this movie. As good as it is, and I hope it's good. I don't want it to be bad. Like one day I hope that I can watch it and that I can sit down and enjoy it. For the love of everything, I hope I don't get spoiled because I want to watch it eventually.
Right.
I don't want to know who the killer is. But there's a chance that the killer is a killer from the first movie. Which I don't even want to say that because I don't know have you guys seen Scream?
I was going to mention that I have not seen it. I've only ever watched the parody.
Okay, then I'm definitely not going to say what killer I think it could be. You should watch Scream. You should watch it. It's funny because Scream is a parody. Scream is a parody of slashers, and then Scary Movie is a parody of a parody. The Scream was originally actually going to be called Scary Movie, and that's why Scary Movie is called Scary Movie.
Okay.
I watched Scream, but I really just could not get into it for some reason. I might give it another shot, though.
It's so good. That first one is so good. Matthew Lillard, Shaggy, is in that movie, and he's so good in that movie. He's so funny. God, Scream '96 is still my favorite one of the 6 movies, now 7. It's so good. I pray that something happens within now and February that's like, hey, Melissa Barrera is okay and they're not Zionists. Go watch the movie. That's not going to happen. But like, I pray.
Yeah.
Can only hope.
Because it sucks that I got to skip out of this movie.
We should watch some of these movies together
Look,
so
if
we
y'all
can
want
like
to have
talk
a,
about
a
our
Scream
reactions.
Yeah,
marathon,
movie club.
if y'all want to have a
Movie
Scream marathon,
club.
trust me, I'm always down to watch Scream again.
Maybe actually, I probably enjoy watching it because I used to
Hmm.
watch scary movies a lot, but like I haven't been recently because nothing has really like piqued my interest at all.
Yeah, we'll have to do
But
some
then
type of.
again, I might watch Sinners and then I may watch Weapons since it's
Oh, you
on
haven't seen
Max right now.
Sinners?
I haven't either.
No.
I feel so
What?
seen.
Weren't they
The
playing
only
weren't they playing Sinners at work earlier today?
the no, then that must have been before I came in the office. Then
They were
but
playing,
the only
yeah, they were
reason I
playing
haven't
Sinners because I heard
the only
one
reason
of the songs from
Mhm.
the the movie playing very loudly in the production room.
the only reason I haven't watched it yet is because I am a coward and scary movies and me don't mesh well. But I know it's not that scary from what people told
Also,
me.
the first like
So like
half of
I'm
the movie isn't even a horror movie; it's just a period piece.
fair. All right. I'll stop putting it off. I'll watch it.
Look, we can watch it together.
Yes, actually, I would like to.
Hmm,
I
me
just need
too.
to watch it with someone
Hmm.
Yeah,
because then I'll focus.
but in terms of news, we have the hunt for Ben Solo. We got some new details, but you guys haven't even heard the first details. So, the hunt for Ben Solo was a Star Wars project in development by Kylo Ren and Ben Solo actor Adam Driver and Ocean Eleven's director Steven Soderbergh. It was in development for 2 years. They had a full script, and the heads of Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni, were completely on board. But the heads of Disney simply said, um, let's see, you guys don't care about spoilers for the last three Star Wars movies, do you?
No.
Okay, good. Do you, Aiara? I'm assuming not.
No.
So they
I'm-
said that they couldn't understand why Kylo Ren was still alive because he dies in the third one. He dies in Rise of Skywalker. And we got some new information from Rodrigo Perez at the playlist.net. It was revealed that Rebecca Blunt was the screenwriter, that Scott Z. Burns was paid more than any other screenwriter in Lucasfilm history to complete the script, that Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, and Carrie Beck were directly involved throughout the development. These are big high ups. You know, Kathleen Kennedy is the head of Star Wars, and Dave Filoni is high up there as well, and it's like essentially been like the Kevin Feige, who is like the head of Marvel, who's been, directing like all of those stories. He's that for Star Wars. They were, involved throughout development. And the film had a final script and a budget and was ready to start filming before they presented it to Bob Iger, and he rejected it because he was like, how could Kylo Ren be alive? They had Adam Driver, an incredible actor who loved playing Kylo Ren despite the fact that those movies were so divisive, and was more than happy to come back. And Steven Soderbergh, the man behind the Ocean series, on board. And they still shot it down because Bob Iger couldn't imagine how Kylo was alive. This is the same movie franchise that revealed that the main villain of the first three original movies from the 70s and 80s, Palpatine, was alive in the third movie by simply having Oscar Isaac's character, Poe Dameron, say, somehow Palpatine returned. And that was their only explanation as to how this nigga was still alive. And they can't imagine how Kylo Ren is alive. Mind you, Kylo Ren simply disappeared into the Force and faded away like he was goddamn Obi-Wan Kenobi. So there are a great number of magical ways and excuses you could have come up with. Even if this man got his head cut off, they could have found a way to have this man still be alive. Okay? Goddamn, Darth Maul got cut in half, and they found a way to have that man still be alive for a very long time. So, like, they could have figured this shit out. The fact that you have these incredible creatives that actively want to tell the story and they go, I don't understand how that makes sense, and it just gets shot down is like, literally everybody who works at Star Wars wanted to make this. And just the head of the company said no. For no reason. For no good reason other than he's confused. It's not for you, Bob. It's for us. I'm so mad. Star Wars Visions is up. I'll talk more about that in the animation section next week. Not a lot of advertising for it leading up to it, if I'm being honest. But I'm hearing good things. This season is very anime focused. If you don't know, Bree, Star Wars Visions is an animated anthology series
Mm.
Star Wars shows where they just get a bunch of animation studios across the planet to just tell their own Star Wars stories. You know, they don't have to be connected to canon. It's whatever. They can do whatever they want, and a lot of awesome stories have come from this. And the first season was heavy anime studio focused, with a bit of Western studios mixed in. The second one, they did more Western studios because they focused so heavily with anime studios in the first. This year's Star Wars Celebration was in Japan, so I decided to also have this season of Star Wars Visions be very anime focused, exclusively anime focused, as opposed to the first two seasons. And some of those episodes are like sequel episodes from the first season, that people really liked. Like some of the best episodes came from the first season, and they're making sequels to that. And one of them is even getting a spin-off show. It's awesome. And I'm really excited to watch this season, more so than the last. The last was good, but like a lot of them just didn't speak to me as much as episodes from the first season. And the fact that this third season is getting sequels to some of those episodes, and just other episodes from some of the same studios and new anime studios, it's going to be good. I definitely suggest checking it out. You don't need to know anything. Like I said, it's animated anthology, and they're all original stories set within the Star Wars universe, but disconnected from anything in canon. So
Okay.
you can just watch them, and you can watch any episode randomly, just whichever one looks interesting to you, and you'll have a good time. Even the sequel episodes, you can probably watch those and not even have to watch first episode to really understand them. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm excited for that. But that's animation shit. We're not here to talk about that. Moving on to some quick reviews for the horror movies I watched. Started with The Substance. No, actually, I'm gonna start with Friday the 13th because that's the shortest one. I watched Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. Again, insane name, and it was good. Like I talked about with Scream, slashers are my favorite kind of horror movies, and I really enjoyed the first 3 Fridays, especially the third one. And this one may be the best so far. So this originally was meant to be the last Friday the 13th movie, hence the name, the final chapter. It didn't used to be called Part 4. It was just called the final chapter. But as we all know, they ended up making 11 of these movies. And the only reason we don't have more is because the rights are being battled between, the creators of Friday the 13th. So the game got canceled, and we haven't had a movie in a long time, and it sucks.
Mm.
But yeah, it was your classic slasher. A bunch of horny teenagers go to Camp Crystal Lake for summer break
Mm-hmm.
and end up getting killed. But this time, a family of 3 that live near the lake get caught up in the mix. It's a good time. I definitely suggest checking out Friday the 13th movies. They're really fun. Just some old school 80s slashers. Next, we have The Substance. Finally watched it, and it was great. This is one of those movies that kind of just went over my head, despite how good I was hearing it was. I just didn't watch it, despite the fact that it was very much up my alley, and I just kept hearing how great it was all the time. But it went in one ear and out the other, and yeah, I don't know what was happening at the time to make me just ignore this movie like that. But finally watched it. It's about fading actress Elizabeth Sparkle, played by Demi Moore, who becomes distressed when her chauvinistic boss fires her from her aerobics show. She then injects herself with a mysterious serum that promises a younger, better version of herself, but things go horribly wrong. It was an incredible body horror film about the horrors of beauty standards for women, especially in Hollywood. And it's also kind of goofy in a lot of ways as well. It's very fun movies, good time. Uh, the upcoming Clayface movie, which by the way, if you didn't know, they're making a Clayface movie. Yes, the Batman villain, which is reportedly close to wrapping up filming. Has a very similar premise. Since decades before The Substance came out last year in 2024, the episodes Feet of Clay Parts 1 and 2 of Batman the Animated Series released in like 91, 92, which tells the story of aging actor Matt Hagen, who also uses the substance to appear younger. So there are a lot of similarities between Clayface and the Substance story. But there are some key differences to Clayface's story that will make it stand out from this film, but it will have its similarities, and I'm sure there will be so many people relentlessly pointing it out like assholes. But I'm excited for Clayface movie, and Substance was really good. And if Clayface, manages to hit on some of those notes in a similar fashion, that'd be really fun. Like the movie's there. Might as well take inspiration from it. But last but certainly not least, for me in terms of horror movies I watch, Night of the Living Dead, the OG. very first ever zombie movie from 1968. Um, Zombies, of course, originated in Haitian myth long before this movie, but the late great George Romero, excuse me, the late great George Romero came up with this idea on his own with no clue of their previous existence, and he called them ghouls in this movie. Um, Night of the Living Dead was an indie film, uh, made with a budget of 100,000, but they did an incredible job with the resources that they had. Honestly, the movie is entirely in black and white, despite the fact that in 1968 TV shows and movies were in color. They did it because of their limited budget, and that was the type of film they had. Um, but also, they wanted to elicit the feeling of news broadcast, which at the time were still recorded in black and white, despite the fact that movies and TV shows were in color. And
Mm.
what surprised me the most about the movie was the racial commentary.
Mm,
One of the lead
fascinating.
actors is a black man named Ben, played by Dwayne Jones, who butts heads with a white man in the film who's clearly having an inferiority complex about taking orders from a black man. But
Mhm.
that commentary was not Romero's intention. Ben was written as a white man, but Jones gave a great audition and got the role. But nothing about the character was changed because of that. The only thing that changed was people's perception because the character was black gave, some implications with the, him butting heads with the white guy. Um, and it goes in a very interesting direction that again wasn't intentional but ended up being like very poignant, especially for that period of time. So like yes, real good movie. Overall, like I said, great film. And I'll probably check out the sequel, Dawn of the Dead, um, over the course of this Day of the Dead weekend on November 1st and
Mm.
2nd, and talk about that next episode. But yeah, the OG zombie movie is real good. Back in the day, one of the like trailers for I think either Black Ops 1 or 2 Zombies had George Romero in it. Which was really fun. Either you see the substance?
I've not. Body
No.
horror wigs me out, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, good movie. Uh Body horror freaks you out, but does it freak you out, Brie?
No, not necessarily. I
Okay.
tried to watch all of Centipede years ago, but like I
That's
had to stop.
that's horrible. Why would you do that? That's not even a body horror thing. That's just a why would you that's just torture. That's just
It's,
that's just cruel and unusual.
it is, but I never finished it, and nor did I start watching the other ones. So maybe it's for the best.
Why did they make more than one?
I don't know, man. There's an audience. It's not me, but there's an audience.
Yeah, you should check out the substance. It's on HBO Max.